My cue. Yeah. Hi and welcome to Geekology. I'm David Zabiria.
And I'm Sven Harvey.
And tonight you're joining us in Gold Class at View Cinema Star City. Having just seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
So, on a lot of the forums and the boards, people are being quite agitated about the amount of bad guys that were hinted at as being in the film. Now, obviously, we don't want to spoil it, but I felt they did a really good job of hinting towards...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's certainly, to allay any fears, it's not Spider-Man 3 again.
No, there was really good balance.
Yeah.
The humour in it was very good. They moved the story along quite well. The pacing was good. The special effects were different this time, man. They went for a different feel for it, and they went away from the more human-looking Spidey for all the flying effects and went with a very strong, this is a CGI, this is a perfectly streamlined version, which I thought worked really well. I mean, it wasn't a massive step from the first one, but it was definitely a good...
They're showing off the athleticism that Spider-Man would have, but Andrew Garfield wouldn't.
Yeah, I was thinking it was more the elasticity with the movements, you know, because obviously you could never get a human actor.
And they put all the humanity back into the humour like there was in the comics.
Yes.
Which was sadly lacking from Tobey Maguire's version of the...
Yeah, human didn't really feature well in those.
And this was very much the wisecracking Spidey
that
you'd expect.
Although I really felt they overplayed it in the beginning.
Oh, I don't know. This is the thing, is that Peter Parker generally has been a wisecracking smartass.
Yeah.
For the majority of his run, so it made more sense, and the fact that he was joking about everything he was doing is a nice counterbalance to the amount of danger he's getting himself into. Maybe it's at the end of the day, it's a human response mechanism, isn't it?
It reminded me a lot of the animated series, to be honest.
Which is always a good sign for a superhero movie, to be fair.
What do you feel the bad points were?
It's a shame the Norman Osborn thing didn't get a bit more fleshing out.
You think that really could have dealt with better?
The Norman and Harry Osborn stuff. It's like we've barely seen Norman before he...
Yeah.
And then Harry basically seems to have been just thrown in, and you get very little of the backstory between him and Peter. You get little nuggets, but there's no real essence of their
They didn't
history.
flesh out that part of the story.
Yeah.
But would it really be that helpful to flesh that part out? I mean,
not in an action film, but in a character-based film it would have been, but this was very action-based. Perhaps a little too much.
I don't know, I think in the third film, because obviously they've now set the character up properly, you know, and I thought it was a really interesting idea putting him in, spoiler, into the asylum.
Yes.
You know, reeked very much of Batman.
Yes, I mean, that looks like quite a copy of Arkham, doesn't it, in a lot of ways?
I think it'd be good for the video games.
Yes. So, what do you think was the fall downs in the film?
I wouldn't say there were any particular fall downs. I love the special effects.
Yeah.
Especially the ones for Electro. They were really well done.
Yeah.
But it kind of bothered me as well. Because obviously, you know, control of electricity. But it was done differently in this film to how it's been done before. Yeah. Okay, there was one bit in there that actually made me go, no! Which was, no, I don't mind spoiling this for people because it's in one of the big action scenes when they burst into the office and Electro just pings away the smart desk. I sobbed. I'd love one of those smart desks. That was awesome. That's what Microsoft have been working on and they're never going to get there. So there was that. But other than that, no, there was just no downsides to it. It was about the right length. I wasn't too bored.
But to be honest, it did pound along. It wasn't... There was no pacing issues like there have been in superhero movies. So it did clunk on, and get there without.
Well, the only reaction I noticed from you was a little hand grip of when you saw the police car with the registration number.
Yes, there's a 1701 in it. It's so cool.
It's always good when they get one in.
Yes, absolutely. And this time there was no George Takei at the wheel. Yeah.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
You know, I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, it's certainly going to be one that I'm going to want on disc. There isn't, for what it is, there's nothing really to pick at. I mean, there was a couple of caveats, as I've said, but it doesn't really detract from the movie as a whole. It's never going to be the deepest movie in the world because it's a superhero action film. But for what it is, it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, see, no, I was going to say 8.5, 9.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I'd want to see with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a family film.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike certain films where we've reviewed and we've gone, ooh, the violence there was a bit... The violence in it was at a really good level.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's dealt with... It's certainly a tone down from, say, Batman Begins and Dark Knight Returns. And,
it's worlds apart.
And so on and so forth, but yeah.
One of the big problems for this film is because it's been so anticipated and because so many fans have been so enthusiastic about it, it's been really easy to find out spoilers for it. And it's a shame knowing bits going into it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of stuff in it that hasn't been spoiled beforehand as well, so it might be worth you avoiding spoilers before you go and see it because there's various bits of plot point that you don't know about going in, even if you've watched every trailer and know about every spoiler that's been given away so far, that will ruin the enjoyment of the film. So try and avoid too much contact before you watch it.
So, thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And, of course, there's the official Geekology website.
Absolutely.
Thank you and good night.
Bye.
Welcome to Geekology. I'm David Spear.
And I'm Sven Harvey.
And here we are at Gold Class at View City.
It's always nice.
View City.
View City.
No.
Dear God, man!
It's a long day. It's a long day. 3, 2. We're going tonight. Yeah, okay, come on. Long day. 3, 2, 1.
The bloopers on this one are going to be extra special.
No bloopers. No bloopers. Right.